right? Sounds simple. Why? So you've probably heard, and actually this was made famous or made popular, at least from this book, you've probably heard the live within your means, right? You've heard that before. That's been kind of a mantra. Well, what you're supposed to do to get from there to there is live below your means. That's a little different. You heard Joyce Frenched and other financial planners that we've had in the group talk about live below your means. So let's talk about a couple of things that you can do specifically to get there. And Jim talked about one of these, is lower your taxes. And one of those things that we can do is potentially real estate. Well, that's one of the things you can do is lower your taxes. You also want to save for retirement, because what has the IRS done to make it beneficial for you to save for retirement? Carol?
401k.
Yeah, what does a 401k do other than just put it in a checking account?
Grows tax-free.
It grows tax-free. Lower your taxes. Pay yourself first. So what does that really mean? Red, you're a smart guy. What does pay yourself first mean?
Well, just what it says.
Have you ever heard Benjamin Franklin say a penny saved is a penny earned? Right? So what does the money saved do? It's earning money. So you go to work, I go to OneNet, I'm an employee of my company, and I get a paycheck for that, right? What in the meantime is happening over at the bank? How else am I getting paid? Interest. It's literally like having a second job. That's the power. That's what most people don't realize, because it's happening kind of magically. It's happening at the bank. I'm not getting a paycheck from the bank, really. But you should think of it that way. One of the smartest, this is from my U.S. bank, this back when it was First Bank, believe it or not. I had gotten a sales job, my first sales job out of college, and my second year I was President's Club, and I was making a lot of commissions. So what did I do? I went out and bought a brand new car, an Acura Legend, for those of you who remember that. It was really expensive. And my banker said, and I did it, I actually bought it used, but it was still a lot of money, and I got a loan. And she said to me, she said, Bob, you should get rid of that car. And that's coming from a banker. This is back when interest rates were up in the high teens, like 18, 19, 20%. She said, you should take that money. It was $343 a month. As a matter of fact, I still remember the payment. That's a lot of money back then. Think about that. That's a lot of money. She said, you know what? You should pay yourself first. So she said, sell that car and go buy a car that you can afford with cash. So I did. I bought an old Volkswagen, just like the, good runner, but it was cheap. So then she said, take that payment and put it in the bank every month to yourself. And then when that money accrues in 2 or 3 years, you have cash for what? The next car. Exactly. So I paid myself first. Number 3, invest automatically. What does that mean? So some of you have auto deductions into your 401k, right? So you've heard the dollar cost averaging. So as the market goes up and down, it's hard to time it, right? It's very difficult to time. So just do it every month. Don't think that hard about it. Don't worry if what Warren Buffett's doing or the stock market's doing or who's the president of the United States. It doesn't really matter because the stock market goes up and down, but over time, what has it done? And so do a lot of other investments. So does real estate. So do bond funds. So a lot of things. So just do it automatically. Take $10 a month right now. You saw how little money it takes. Right? So, and then, this smart portfolio thing they talked about in the book, what does that really mean to have a smart portfolio? I was just talking to one of our new guys upstairs. He said, well, where should I put my money? I said, put it somewhere, right? So you can put it in a 401k, you can put it in a fund, you could put it somewhere, but don't worry too much about how smart it is because it's going to change. You can talk to some smart advisors. You want to talk to somebody about real estate? Talk to Jim. They're right in the room. You can say, should I have real estate in my portfolio or not? Really easy to find out. And what's the most important thing about investing?
Start.
What? Start. Thank you, Jim. Start. I got a 22-year-old. He's still in college. He's an intern. I said, start. All you need. And if you did this little calculator, I just go to this website right here, and I can email this out, and you can just put a couple numbers in. Say, I want to be a millionaire at 60. You don't even have to be a millionaire, but it'll show you how much money you have to put aside. And it might only be a few $100s a month, or excuse me, a year. And if you put $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 a year away, you'll be well ahead. And look at if you started here. Think if you started with this kind of money now, it's going to grow quickly. So the main thing is start and do it every month.